I tell you what, man, Mama T and those pipes, they just don't quit. My name is Samson. He is the professor. Professor and the Samp. We're back at it. A little later than usual, but hey, Professor, how you doing, brother?
But I had a long weekend, but I'm doing great. Got got through my appreciation month, so
Yeah.
I'm feeling wonderful.
Well, I tell you what, man, we'll let that permeate a little bit in the back of the stove and just keep it boiling there. But let's get to the stuff that happened here right off the bat. The Elimination Chamber, the road to WrestleMania seems a little bit more clear. The disdained look on your face tells me that there's a lot to come out from the professor. So, Professor, before I say anything, your thoughts.
Well, okay. Well, first off, let's start with the women's.
Okay.
Uh, the women's was going to be what it was going to be. It it wasn't bad. It wasn't like super fantastic, but it wasn't like it was terrible. So I would say that, and that you could tell that they had a superstar problem because they had to break up what is it
Rio.
Rio. They had to break them up so they could have a main eventer in a big match, and it's kind of well, I was gonna say kind of silly, but it's not because you get that you anybody could face anybody vibe again, but for them to keep hollering SmackDown and Raw, two different brands, they need to do something. They either need to
Okay.
force either force the rules or get rid of it totally. It's at the point it's stupid. It's stupid now, and you got too many and I'm a guy who believes in titles and don't have a problem with a lot of titles, but yeah, WWE need to clean this up.
Okay.
They really do.
Well, okay.
And
I'm glad that you brought up the superstar problem because I think a lot of things that are happening in front of our face. This is like your favorite sports team just getting hit by injury after injury after injury where you're everything that you've planned, everything that you've kind of put into motion, something happens. You know what I mean? Like Bronson was supposed to win last week and go on to
yep,
the elimination chamber, not necessarily win the chamber, but he was supposed to be the present guy. He's out, right? At least he got Seth back. We'll get into that as we get to the men's match. But I mean, I think we're seeing here a problem with lack of talent and everyone having to come up to the plate. Yes, Bianca was supposed to be in that spot. Okay. But her knuckles won't heal. That hand won't heal. I can appreciate that. You can't
and
have
she
her in
just
there.
had surgery too, so
Exactly. You keep in mind, she's not competed since last year's WrestleMania triple threat.
yep.
So it shows you how bad that injury truly is. And like you said, I mean, I broke my pinky. I had to, it wasn't a matter of just getting a cast. I had to go in, get cut up, put pins in to keep it in place, which is weird. You know what I mean? Like it just
Oh yeah.
something as simple as a pinky. Who would have thought? So I can only imagine what a knuckle and a hand and it's in moments like that you realize how much we rely on these appendages. Like
Yes,
really
yes,
we
very
really
true.
take them for granted. Honestly, we truly do. The women's match. You nailed it on the head, Bear. It was what it was. It followed the formula. There was nothing spectacular about it. I think Kiana James did the best she could. Nothing breakout. Shocked that Alexa got eliminated the way she did so quickly. So you have that there. Now, Rhea winning, I don't have a problem because honestly, at the end of the day, who is best suited to face Jade? There is no one.
Right.
Okay. Now people are shitting on Rhea. Oh, she's been in every title match since 2020. Well, you know what? She's the only one who stepped up and proven that she deserves to be there. I'm sorry.
Well,
Like,
here's my thing about it. She's good. Everybody loves her. So I don't, again, like you, I have no problem with her winning it. And the
uh,
closest thing to Bianca uh is her.
no,
So this
the only person that could have, in my opinion, done it should have been Raquel.
Yeah, yes, yes. But that goes back to the point that I've been talking about for years now. This is the problem when you do not have your middle card ready to go. When you don't push these guys and girls and give them opportunity, this is what happens. When people get injured, yo, fire mode. We got to do this. We got to do this. And it creates so much havoc in not just the main event, but the entire card. And
Well,
like you said, we'll get to it shortly about everything else, but this is a symptom that WWE has had for quite a while. And for anything that people say about AEW, I always say at least they have different people that can fill in the spots and make it legitimate and story driven.
I look at AEW Bear, and I don't normally disagree with you, but I will because I feel like they don't really have anyone, like outside the guys that we constantly see in that picture. They're not really moving their middle guys either, though. Like if
Well,
anything, they're masking it with a bunch of belts. That's just my take, honestly.
no,
Look, the problem.
well, go
Go ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the problem with everything we're seeing with WWE, it's just not necessarily what we're seeing from talent. This is a bigger problem and it's all coming together now. It's everything that we were saying that are going to be a problems for this company is starting to emerge. The ticket
Right.
prices, right? That's the huge one. The amount of shit that TKO is, kind of initiating and dropping in there. We can't blame Triple H. We can't blame the creative for everything here. Okay. So
No,
a lot of what we're seeing right now with WrestleMania because of the ticket prices, they're up in arms. Well, what's going on? Instead of looking at the prices of those tickets, they're saying something's wrong within. No, nothing's wrong. Okay. People are now realizing that they don't want to spend $2,000 to $2,500 for two tickets
in the
for
nosebleeds
in the nosebleeds for something that might not even be good. It's like going to your
because they
it's
don't.
like going to a restaurant and not getting what you paid for. And that's what people are at. Whereas in the past, man, I tell you, I went to WrestleMania 26 for $100. I was lower bowl. Okay. Was 26 a great WrestleMania? No, perhaps not. Unfortunately, I got to see Shawn Michaels retire. That happened there, whatnot. But the reality of it is the show didn't matter if it was shit or not because the ticket price wasn't that bad.
I can say the same. I went to the one in Atlanta
Yeah.
where I got the Rock being special referee to
Yeah.
John Cena and the Miz. Jesus, the card honestly was crap,
Yeah.
but it was affordable. I had a great time. My
Exactly.
nephews and niece had a great time. It was great. Me and my buddies had a great time, and we enjoyed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to, again, like you said, we get caught up into everything else, but TKO is screwing is screwing WWE worse than any Vince McMahon, Triple H,
Yeah, and
anybody
they
else
are.
you want to
But
throw
people
in
don't
there.
see that aspect of it, Bear, and that's the problem. Now, when I look at this WrestleMania card, you know what I thought?
Well,
This particular card is shaping up to be a nostalgic type card. Okay. This is like a final farewell for a lot of the guys that we and girls that we kind of see in the picture now. Okay. We look at the two title matches that we know now. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Now, Randy, say what you
I can
want.
tell you, well, let me tell you this. It's going to be a 4 or 5 way. It's not going to be just Randy. They have talked about it, leaked it.
They have, but I'm hoping it doesn't. I hope they just keep it Randy and him because that's the match, right? I'll be honest, man. I was okay with Randy winning. I was so happy. That place would have
Yeah, and
been in a riot mode if it was anyone else. Well,
Cody,
I mean,
see,
anyone else named Cody.
right, and that's the problem, and that's why it's not going to be them because they went down the road with Drew and Cody.
Well, we
Then,
know they're going to face each
and
other
then
now
they
on
put Jacob
SmackDown.
in the mix. Now Randy's won, and it's like, this how bad it is for me. Drew said, "What is the point of the Elimination Chamber if all these people get shots?" And guess what? He's gonna make them look like dumbasses because they're gonna throw all of them in the main in
Well,
that.
I hope not there. I really do hope not because I'm telling you, this WrestleMania has so many issues.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
And it
and that's gonna be
started
one
and,
of them.
and it started the day they screwed over New Orleans. I decided to go back to Vegas for a second time in a row. Okay. It's not been right since then. All right. We saw a clear indication of the importance of house shows in two of the matches, one including Finn Balor. Now, I don't know if there was a problem with that particular corner, but man, LA Knight looked really bad in that moment. Okay. Something wrong with that second rope. There was too many flubs, too many hiccups, and things like that throughout this both these matches. That house shows are important. A lot of the things that have been stripped away from WWE is what made WWE work. And it's ongoing, man. So at the end of the day, like I mean, these problems aren't going to end. And this WrestleMania, we're already seeing they've had to rewrite it how many times? Because I mean, the reality of it was supposed to be Jacob versus Randy. It's supposed to come out that Randy is the guy that knocked him out. Okay. Technically now, Jey Uso should be the guy that got knocked out by Randy too, in a way,
Yep,
right? But that's not
it
happening.
would
I
make
don't know.
sense.
I don't know. It's a weird time, man. But you know what? It's a good time too because we don't know. By this time, we know the full card. We know what to expect going into April. We don't know. We have no clue.
I agree with you on that, but I think what's disappointing for me, two things. One, this is the last WrestleMania before we go to Saudi, and
Yeah,
it's disappointing that the card is so in flux. Now I get it, like you said, you can't help injuries, you can't help that type of stuff. I get that and I appreciate that,
yeah.
but then you sit here and look at that, and a lot of this is, I think, is their own fault because of some of the booking decisions they made, some of the injuries. Definitely the TKO thing would never get settled until either one or two things. One, they go back to dropping the damn prices, or two, they sell it. And I think this is going to be a constant thing. And it's it's so bad that it's not just us thinking that TKO is going to sell. I've heard so many people are like, "Oh, they're going to sell it this year." And what made me think is, good God Almighty, they would take a so-called I'm not even going to say the term, but they would rather have Vince McMahon back that is accused of something versus keeping them, because at least with Vince, you some of the storylines may be crap, but at least it'd be affordable and do stuff for the fans.
Look, I do believe Vince is going to come back. I've been saying this for a while, and it's heating up. It's something's going to go. He's going to buy it back, and he's going to make it private again. And
Needs to.
and if he does that, look, here's the thing, man. I keep harping on house shows. Why are so many of these superstars injured? Because they're not getting the reps they normally do. Okay. If you're only working 2 times a week, maybe 3 times, your body's not used to it the way it's normally used to it. Right. We're seeing so many injuries because these guys, they're so tight. Okay. You look at a guy like Braun Breaker. I mean, the guy is so tightly built. Something's going to
And
snap eventually.
And what was crazy to me, it wasn't even he was just diving and hitting them. He didn't really, you know what I mean? He didn't flex, he didn't slam. It wasn't it was just a jump and hitting that towards, and it's like, wow.
Are we
If
talking
that is
about
not a
Bronson Reed?
sign.
You're talking about Bronson Reed.
Oh, I'm yeah, Reed, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, Breaker,
Breaker the hernia.
the hernia by flipping the table over.
Oh, well, some say, well, it just depends
It
on
was
who you
lingering. It
believe.
was lingering, but that pushed it over the top.
Right, right.
Okay, look. So let's get back to this. So let's get into CM Punk and Finn Balor. I didn't have a problem with the match, but you could really see how old CM Punk was. To be completely fair, the guy worked his ass off. Like he worked really, really hard. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of blood in this particular show that, and it wasn't scripted. It was all hard way blood.
Yeah.
Like even AJ was bleeding from the mouth at the end of her match.
Let,
So
let, let me say this, and,
yeah,
and I know this doesn't have anything to do with it, but I have to say it while it's on my mind.
please.
Went to wrestling Saturday. Uh, our buddy Brock Boulder was wrestling on the show. How
Oh,
about
the
he got
ringer.
his nose broken? He got his nose broke.
Oh
I
no.
was like, I'm like, dang, dude, I'm like, dude, you got to stop this. He said, it
Yeah.
wasn't me. He just hit me still.
Oh no.
I,
Oh
I had
man.
to say that because I knew I would forget. Love you, Brox, man.
No, hey,
And hopefully,
absolutely.
hopefully we
We
get it
wasn't he one of
soon.
our victims in trivia?
Oh, no, that's the one that's going to be one of our victims soon.
No, he is, but didn't he was in the first one
Oh,
with
yeah, yeah,
us?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yep,
we handled him already once.
yep. Now he's
Okay,
bringing in ringers, but
that's
whatever.
okay. He can bring whoever he wants, man. Um, Best wishes to Brock. I hope your nose gets better, brother. I really do. You're a super sweet guy. Okay,
Yes, he is.
so this WrestleMania, and I'm coming back to this. If I look at what they did for Punk, okay. Now, here's the thing: people want to shit on CM Punk. They hate him, this and that. People within my own little world here, in my Samp and Chance world, there's one guy, Chance. He can't stand the guy, right? There's a lot of people who feel the same way. Well, here's the reality of it. Okay, we always talk about who's making money. If we're going to talk about that, this guy puts butts in seats. He doesn't even have to be there, and people are chanting his name. How long was he gone from WWE? 10 years. What?
10 years.
Give me one show. Find me one show where his name wasn't chanted. Okay.
But
So say what you want about the guy. You like him, dislike him, whatever the case may be. Phil is a ticket seller.
oh yeah,
Phil
I
sells t-shirts. So if
I,
you're
I,
if you're right, and a lot of
yeah,
the people who hate on him are the people that talk about we talk in facts, we talk in ratings, we talk in who's generating money. Well, you know what? For the guy that you hate the most, he's generating tons of money for the company, even when he's not there.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah,
So
I mean, a prime example of that. He went to AEW and they started ticking up big time. Again, like you said, no matter how you feel about Phil, he's a draw. And again, that's fine. I just, well, I won't even mention my issues with him, but I definitely agree with you that he is a draw. He makes money, he puts butts in seats. I
yeah.
would never argue that.
So I'm calling this like a farewell WrestleMania because if they stick to the plan, you got Randy Orton, who says he wants to go till he's 50, and he probably could if he wanted to. He's built beautifully, right? Like, I mean, specimen wise, physique wise, he's good to go. If he has a chance of catching Cena, he needs to win this title here.
Yes.
Okay. If this is what they plan to do, down the road here, then he needs to win the title. Okay. When it comes to CM Punk, Roman Reigns, I get the feeling that this is his swan song. This is his farewell. Okay. I didn't realize that in all the years that this man's been wrestling, Saturday was the first time he ever competed at the United Center. He's never competed at the United Center. Yeah, he'd never been there before. All state and everything else, but he's never actually competed there. First time at the United Center as champion too. Go figure, eh?
Yeah, that's
because
That's different.
they're always at the Allstate all the time. True. Most times, whenever they come in, the Rosemont Horizon.
Yeah, and I would tell you, I never really paid attention. I never paid attention, truthfully, to where wrestling is at. It's like, okay, they're in Atlanta, they're in Knoxville, they're in
Mm-hmm.
LA. I never
Mm-hmm.
paid the venue much attention.
Well, that's why they gave him the Jordan entrance. Okay, it's a tribute to him. I mean, dude, the guy fills the seats up in Chicago by himself.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, War Games in Chicago. Everyone had an inkling he was coming. Chances are, 80% of that stadium or 40% of that stadium he filled up by himself without not even knowing if he was coming or not.
Oh, yeah.
So say what you want about Punk. I don't have a problem with the guy. I respect the man for putting it out there still and trying his best, especially a young blood like Finn Balor. Like, I mean, they put on a great match. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, the outcome was what it was supposed to be. The question that you're left with is, where's Finn go now? What's going on here? You know, this.
Hopefully, finally, let's kill the Judgment Day.
Well, I think it's
Let's,
going to happen because with Raquel not winning, I think this is going to tie into either her turning or her turning on Liv. You know what I mean? This is where it's going.
right.
She was dominant, man. I mean, the fact that she pinned, okay, Kiana James, I can accept it, but the way she handled Asuka and pinned them both at the same time, that was crazy.
Well, and I don't have a problem with that
No,
because
no,
the
but
way,
they just built her up so strong,
right,
right? Like, so
right.
where did we go with her? Right. So you have that Judgment Day is going to blow up because Dom's already a face in Mexico with
Yeah.
AAA, right? I mean, he's already playing a pretty much. And dude, if you ever watch a AAA, the best part of that show is Rey Mysterio doing the translations. It is
Uh,
so fun to hear him because he does the whole thing in English, and then I think who was it last night? His last word was cabron, right? But instead of translating cabron, he did the whole thing English, and then he goes cabron. Like I loved it. It's just something you had to see. It just made me laugh out loud. I don't know why, but all right. So we have that. Then we move on to the Becky match and AJ Lee. Not bad for AJ Lee. It was fine. What I took away from it shows how good Becky is because she carried her and protected her and so we got them for WrestleMania.
yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. And this was supposed to be the feel good moment. And then Becky's gonna turn around and win it back at Mania.
So here's my question: Seth has basically come back as a face, right?
Right.
But his wife is like one of the
Hey,
dirtiest heels.
th-
How does that?
they've been able to do that
Oh,
so often.
I know. But it's a little funny thing I have. So right now we have AJ Lee and CM Punk as your two top champion. Well, not your top champions, but both are wearing gold.
Right.
Good for them. Good for them. All right, let's go into the men's chamber match. All right, there's not much more to say about the Becky matches unless you have something.
Nah.
Okay, so let's move on. Very simple, man. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like what they did with Logan Paul. He got those first three eliminations. Everything is beautiful. The swerve with the mask, man. I have no problem with it. It is what it was. We knew who it was going to be pretty much from the start. It was just a question of how do we get there, right?
And win.
And win. And they did it. So now we know. And I believe again, Bronson getting injured pushed that storyline again. Everything's
Yep.
being pushed. I would love to see how many times this WrestleMania script has been ripped up now, right? I mean, right now, tentatively speaking, looking at what we have, I'm glad I'm at home watching it. And I'm close to Vegas. It's not like, Vegas is far from me. I could go if I wanted to.
See, and it's funny. It's funny, but sad too, because it's like, wow, Seth Rollins is feuding with the Vision, a guy who wasn't in the Vision before he left.
Hmm.
That the guys he want revenge on both hurt. Like,
Well,
you,
here's how I'm looking at it. And if we look at little telltale signs here, if you looked at SmackDown and how Theory was kind of mocking Logan. I don't know if you caught that or not. Okay.
Yeah,
So I have a feeling what we're going to get here now is a repeat of WrestleMania 39. People tend to forget we have a short attention spans. That Logan and Seth have already tangled in LA,
yes,
right? When they did 39 in LA, they already tangled there. And I think it was for the
yep,
Universal or for the WWE Championship at the time, right?
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one where he came down, aka Shawn Michaels. Logan Paul did with his little
Yeah.
camera and everything and his little drone. So we're probably going to get that match. That's the match that we're going to get. The question is, does Theory turn on him then and join Seth? I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, unless Braun makes it back.
Well, I mean, Braun should be ready to go, but I have a feeling you're going to get that. He's going to come and interfere, and then they're going to look at Theory, and Theory's going to turn on them and join Seth.
I honestly, it would be good. I would like it just for Theory and Seth to be back together because when they were together the first time, I actually liked them
Well, no, they were good.
working
It was a
good
great
together.
mentorship. Now, if you're going to keep them together, I think Division needs to win the tag team titles.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
definitely
put a
agree with
strap
that.
on those two for the time being. Jay Uso, I felt bad for him, but I'm curious to know what's going on because it looked like on Stephen A. Smith, he looked really out of it in that interview as leading up to it. Now, was he out of it because he might have had a little bit too much to drink? I don't know.
Yeah,
Was it the fact that he knew that he was going to get kicked out of the chamber, and the only reason he won is because they needed somebody to win because the
yeah.
guy who was supposed to win. So now that you've beaten them up so bad, how can they defend the titles? Like it's like so many different weird angles are coming out of here. But let's talk about this one, okay? Danhausen,
I felt
Danhausen.
bad for him.
Okay, well,
I
I
really,
didn't feel bad for him. I didn't. I here can I'll share my point. Okay,
yeah,
I knew he was coming out of the box. Now, when I look at Danhausen, I love him in AEW. I love him on the indie scene. I just don't know where he fits in on this platform. He is a square peg on a board of round pegs.
between him, Truth, and I can't remember the guy from AAA with the lizard,
Oh, Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana.
Okay,
That
so our truth fits that mold of what that that straight man. We'll call him the straight man, right?
right.
He fits the straight man role. And for those kids who don't understand what straight man is, he's the comedy guy. Okay. Uh, Truth fits the role because he looks the part. Okay. Danhausen's mannerisms, intricacies, the way he operates, the way he communicates, the way he moves, does not fit WWE. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I knew they were high on the guy. I get it. But the Danhausen I know is like, I don't know, dude. It's apples and oranges. This is legit apples and oranges. He does not
No,
fit
no, I
this
get it.
brand. He doesn't fit the brand in any way.
It I think well for a couple of things for me. One is the CM Punk influence because him and Punk are real tight.
Fine.
Two, I think that maybe this could be the swan song finally for Truth. And
If you're gonna move him, yeah. I mean, someone has to come in. Santino's too old, this and that. They don't really have any straight guys. I guess the only other straight guy, in my opinion, right now that they have is Kip.
right.
And Kip is going to become your Heath Ledger.
Well, hopefully
He
his partner will be back soon and they can get back to tag teaming.
Well, let's hope. Let's see where they go with that. But for now, he's going to be your new Heath Ledger.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
he's got that rule down pack. But Danhausen, like I felt bad for him. Yeah, sure I did, but he should have known too that he's going to. I don't want to say this in a bad way or anything, man. But I mean, if we're making comparisons, it's like he's shit. Okay, I'm gonna say it. It's like saying AEW steak is like Denny's, and
Okay.
and and WWE steak, as shit as it is still Morton's.
I can, I can understand that reference.
Okay, so and again, I'm not saying they're Denny steak. Don't get
No,
me
no,
wrong,
no, no.
but
No, I understand the reference.
I don't understand how that steak will fit into a Morton style. I just don't see it yet. Like this is what I need to see. I need to see more of Danhausen in WWE because just an initial take, and this is just being from an analytical standpoint. I'm happy he's there. He's finally achieved his goal. Everybody, I don't care if you're an AEW or not. Everyone's end goal is to one day be in the WWE ring.
You, like I told somebody, if your goal is not to be the best and be in the best company, what the hell are you doing?
Well, that's it. So congratulations. I'm glad he's there. But how much will he have to compromise of everything he's built to be Danhausen in order to fit into that mold? That's what
Well,
scares me.
one thing that I do, it's a positive sign. They didn't try to change his name.
No, they didn't change his name, and
They
I
and
everyone
his
knew.
so far, and it's just the beginning. They hadn't, and we will see. Um, let's see how much they try to take him out of being Danhausen.
Well, this is the thing. I think they're going to do it in the beginning and let him be himself, but eventually they're going to start to try to change the guy. That's all I'm saying, right? I mean, the best thing going for him right now is the fact that he has the face makeup and he's a little eccentric and a little weird because one, he doesn't fit the mold of what you're looking for in WWE per se.
Yep.
So I'm just curious to see what they do with the guy. I really don't know, and I'm not expecting anything until after WrestleMania. Right? We
I, I, I
can't expect anything. I'll pass judgment on
yeah.
Danhausen after Money in the Bank.
Yeah, what I was gonna say too is I will wait patiently to see what
Exactly.
they do.
But off my first glance, my first very initial take, my real take is I just don't see how he fits in the company. Nothing against him.
Well,
Just
and see that's another thing that I heard today that people fans in the crowd was
oh, they
were
booed the shit
saying
out of
that
him.
they wasn't booing him, they were booing the long 35-minute in between Punk and the Chamber.
I did. You know what though? That worked well for me. I went to the washroom. I made a cup of coffee. I checked on the client. I did a couple things that needed to be done in that time. So I took that as an opportunity to get some work done that I needed to do at that time. So I have no problem with it at all. But yeah, look, that was the Elimination Chamber, in a nutshell. We didn't really go too deep. Um, you know,
Honestly, it wasn't any need to go deep. That's what
no,
type of
no,
show.
it was an okay show. It gave us some
Right.
answers. It didn't give us a lot of answers. If anything, it
Well,
created questions, right?
and
So
and that's what you expect from the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. It's not supposed to be that type of,
well,
oh
no,
my God,
because
it's the
in the
greatest thing
past,
ever.
they've dropped it now, but in the past, at least we got Fastlane or something, kind of
Yeah.
filler. We're not getting that, right? So now we are officially on the build to WrestleMania. As they said, based on what they said, technically, as of today, we have 48 more sleeps until WrestleMania weekend. So, there we go. We got all that going on. Bear, you have just come off a marathon, a triathlon, and a walk for peace all in one. You just come off 2 months of podcast appreciation and indie promotion appreciation. What was your biggest takeaway from all of it that made you realize something that you didn't know or took for granted?
Um,
I'm putting you on the
that
spot.
well, no, and it's fine. Um, and this is gonna be kind of negative, but it's the truth.
Okay,
Um, to realize how many people are unprofessional, that broke my heart.
I believe. Yeah.
And it's not that I don't. Okay, I just want a lot of people.
Bear, take off the gloves and just say it the
Yeah,
way it's supposed to be said.
yeah. I just want people to understand that I do this not for me trying to get fame, not trying to be the biggest podcaster. I do it because I love it. And I go out of my way to please people. And maybe that's my fault. But I mean, I'm I'm willing to give up my personal time, get up early in the morning, reschedule. I mean, I was doing hell, I did 5 in one day.
Mm.
And I didn't necessarily complain too much about it. And I was happy to do it because I enjoyed the conversations. But when you um when you go into any business dealings, the one thing that I truly believe in is be professional. If you don't want to come on the show, then don't. Just say I changed my mind. That's fine. I won't hold it against you. Some people don't like my style. That's fine. But when you don't show up and you ghost where I'm trying to, hey, where are you? Something happened and you don't answer, that's pretty crappy.
Well, Bear,
And that,
we yeah, no, hey, and you're not wrong, dude. Honestly, look, Professor, we do this because we love to do it, like you said, right? Now, I will refute a couple things you said very quickly. We do want fame and we do want money, but
well,
we are doing it out of the passion.
right.
Okay. Example, and it's just ironic because at the ice rink today. So everyone here, look, we record this, guys, for you guys so you can have it for Monday morning. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it, but Bear and I, we communicated. We got organized. We were supposed to record a little bit earlier today. But as I was driving home from my 72-hour shift, my little princess called and said, "Daddy, are you taking me ice skating?" I said, "I have a podcast." Oh, now I can't see her physically, but I can hear it.
Of course.
So I get off the phone. I call you right away while I'm driving down the highway. Bear, can we do this at a different time? No problem. Here we are. We're recording. It's beautiful. She's happy. We're happy. This and that. But I had a conversation with someone there, and they said, "Oh, what do you do?" I said, "Well, I do this for money." "Oh, what do you mean for money?" I go, "Well, I do this, this, and this on the side." "Oh, wow. It's like you have 4 jobs." And it kind of hit me like, shit, it is like 4 jobs. And I don't get paid for 3 of them.
Right?
Right. So do we want money? Yes, Bear, we do.
Yes. But
But
it's not the main
it's not. No, no.
focus.
It's coming
And
though. It will come. Okay.
yeah,
I do believe it. So I've been stood up many times.
right.
And I get that. Unless there's an exchange of funds between two people, the other half will never treat you the same. Because what I've learned is with guests, if they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, so you think, they also think they have the right not to communicate with you because nothing's gained or nothing lost for them. But so much is lost for them because A, you've lost my respect. 2, you've lost the opportunity to get your name out there with the greatest 2 people that could probably do it for you. And they're
Yep.
willing to do it for you out of the goodness of their heart. And that's what we deal with. But that's okay. That's the industry, that's the business.
Right. And well, and you asked the biggest thing, and that's the biggest thing. Again, it's just professionalism.
100%.
Again,
I get that. I get that. That's just a
yeah,
common
and
courtesy.
and my thing is, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, or I'm gonna let you know why I can't do it or choose not to do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that's the one thing.
No, no, no. I
The
get that.
thing, the
What was the
next
good
thing,
things that you got?
man, that there are so many people out there that love wrestling like we do. It's an amazing thing. Um, when I did the podcasters appreciation, there's so many different people that come from so much different background, but we all the same. We
Mm.
enjoy doing it. We enjoy talking about it. Uh, it's just a fun atmosphere. So,
What I love about watching some of the guys that you interviewed in terms of the podcasting side of it and whatnot, like, you know, some of us take so much pride in what we create and put money into programs and this and that to make it as polished and as sexy as possible. You know how I am, right? Like
yep.
I'm pretty, like for a guy who's not making money off any of this, I put a lot of effort into it, right?
Oh, yeah.
But then I've seen podcasters come out and they have no lighting, they have nothing going on. They just come and turn on their phone and record.
Yep.
And that's a beauty in its own self. I call that indie podcasting. Like it's kind of
Right.
interesting to see what people are willing to put in terms of their craft as well. Those are the things that I took out of it because at the end of the day, I can listen to you interview podcasters and there's not much I can learn from them,
Right.
right? What I'm learning is how they execute. That's what I'm watching. So that's what I found interesting about that particular series is how these different podcasts execute their product. And the one thing that I took away from a lot of it was there's a lot of good girls and guys out there doing great work, but man, I don't see half of them putting the effort in that we do.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
I'm not tooting our horn. It was just kind of an eye opener for me. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Did it light a fire under me? Yes, because it showed me I'm doing the right things,
exactly.
right? Opposed to what you shouldn't be doing. But I'm not going to get there and tell a guest that. Neither would you.
Oh,
But
no.
but these are the takes that I got from that series. From the
Right.
promotional series, what I got from that, man, how hard some of these promotions work. And the companies that are working the hardest are in the most obscure, reclusive spaces in this world that are willing to put every effort in to make a product that's not really widely accepted or
Appreciate it.
appreciated, opposed to the places that have all the resources. Like I look at you, I look at Mike D, I look at some of my brothers. You guys have so much access to so much stuff, right? Within driving distance. Like if
Yeah.
I lived where you lived, I'd be in Chicago every second weekend, no problem. What's an hour and a half drive, right? Like for me, being on the West Coast, especially in Canada, man, I have to work extra hard to get half of what I get.
I definitely understand that. And
Like I'm jealous of you guys sometimes.
I definitely don't take it for granted. And I realize that a lot of people they where I think I work hard. I really do, and I give a lot of effort. But man, after talking to some of these promoters and even knowing some, it's like, good God Almighty, man, y'all, how do y'all do this?
You know what?
And and,
The one thing,
and that and on top of that, that's why I made sure to let them know, man, you are appreciated. I
no,
like we
absolutely.
as most wrestling fans, we're we don't think about certain things. We're just used to it and just expect it.
Yeah.
And we don't appreciate the work, the hard work that these men and women do to get us something to forget about our troubles for a few hours.
No,
And
100%. The one
uh,
thing I did take away from that series as well is how complicated some of these guys make their stuff for themselves. That's the other piece that I got from it. Like I felt like I'm screaming at the screen in some of these interviews, man. Like, dude, all you have to do is this instead of this, this isn't this to get this.
And another thing, and you definitely will understand this and appreciate this, man. To have a great team, that is such amazing thing because I loved when I gave a lot of them compliments. They like, I will pass this on to my team because it's not me. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And
No, it's a team effort, brother, man. The WSN is a team effort. We're all putting our time in. We're all doing the best we can to make it work. And you know what? It's coming. Everything's coming together slowly but surely, right? Like, I mean,
yes,
faith and patience, man. In Hindi, we call this Sharda and Subudi, right? I live by that faith and patience. So everything will come if you're patient. If you're not patient, it's like that old grandma who sits at the slot machine. She's pulling that arm. She's the one armed bandit. Keeps going, keeps going. That's why I don't gamble, bro, because I know I can lose five hands in a row and decide to get up, and then that one hand I walked away from was going to be my hand. So that's why I don't gamble, because I'm that guy who'll lose so much to get one.
and but I believe that's just faith. If you have that belief and just it's gonna come, not when you want it, not
No,
when you think you deserve it. It's gonna come when the Lord Almighty decides you need it.
no, and that's it, and that's it, and that I know it, and that's a beautiful sentiment, and that's the way we live, and that's just the way it is, brother. I mean, I can say I've been at this for 4 years. Now, have I gotten everything I wanted? No, but the things that I've gotten, I didn't expect. I didn't expect to get a new family in a way. I didn't
Yeah,
expect to make connections in the UK the way I have. I didn't expect to be a part of WSN. Like 2 years ago, none of this was in my head.
right.
All I was doing was just trying to create content, trying to get the name out there, build it up and whatnot. And we've done that. We've done great. We're over eight, close to 8,000 subscribers now.
Yeah.
And we're killing it in that respect, and we're gonna kill this brand too. So I mean, things are just getting better and better for us, Bear. There's no issues there, man. Um,
Let me tell you this too.
yeah,
Something else that I through this whole appreciation thing.
yes.
Um, I was so surprised and shocked on people knowing me and people listening to my podcast
Mm-hmm.
and liking my stuff. It's something that is just humbling. It's like when I'm talking to the UK and they're like, "Oh yeah, listen to you all the time." I'm like, "No, you don't." No, really, we do. I'm like, "Wow." And then it's like, "Oh wow, you wanting to do my show? What the?" And it's again, I don't take it for granted. I'm very humble when I heard it. Um, it's just something that I do. Again, I have fun with this. I I legitimately do. I love helping other people. Hopefully something will come from it for them and I'll be so happy. And and that's what makes me happy.
Awesome.
Um and it's just it's mind blowing.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So I'm kind of going to the headlines here. Amazing stuff that you said there, Bear. I loved every word of it, brother. It's amazing. Um, guys, just keep working hard. Just keep working hard.
That's it.
That's it. Look, I'm expecting good things here now. Look, hey, let's talk about the Hall of Fame really quickly. They announced Demolition now.
Oh,
Finally.
they did it?
Yeah, so Demolition's in.
About
So
time.
we got AJ, we got Demolition, and we got Steph. I don't have a problem with this lineup at all. I really
No.
don't. Okay. I don't care if Stephanie is Vince's daughter. The one thing, say what you want about Vince, say what you want about Vince. Okay. He didn't hand the king keys to the kingdom. He made them work for it. All right. Stephanie's about our age now. Okay. And that being said, this girl started off in the merchandising department. So they built themselves up to where they are. It's not like they were just given, oh, here, you're my daughter. You're going to go on TV. No, she worked her way up and she's done great things for the company. If anything, she's not credited for some of the things that she should be. Like,
Right.
without her, there would be no John Cena.
Yep.
Okay. Whatever level she kept him at, if she didn't do what she did, we would not have had John Cena and the John Cena that we had. Okay. So she deserves it. I don't care what anybody
Oh
says.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
earned her
No,
way. She's earned
I
her way in.
I was not when they announced. I was okay with it.
Yeah,
I
but
was so okay with it.
like half the people who complain about one thing are the same people that applaud it if it's happening somewhere else,
Yeah,
and vice versa. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
For everyone who likes a Honda, those many people don't like Honda. But Toyota can go do something exactly like Honda, and it's the best thing since sliced bread. And that's what wrestling
yeah.
fans are. That's what I've realized. Okay.
Oh
Those
yeah,
who hate
definitely.
CM Punk are the same people who like this guy. People who hate that guy are the people who love CM Punk. So
Yeah.
it's always going to be the two sides to every battle, right?
Oh yeah,
People who hated Brock Lesnar no selling to Dragunov love the fact that Cassidy was no selling in AEW. They're the same people complaining on either side.
yeah. It's always going to be that
So
way.
that's why I've realized that now. It took me a little while. I should have seen this a long time ago. But I don't get bothered by what anyone says now because it's like I don't have to defend it because if you hate it, you hate it,
Exactly.
right? I can't change your mind. What you hate, I'm not a fan of. So it is what it is, brother. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, Monday Night Raw, he comes out. No direction. I don't even know who they're going to put him in the ring with. I just don't see it. I don't know because the only guy I can think of is Obi. But do you want him to get destroyed or does Brock get destroyed?
The
Because
honestly,
they built up Brock back to 2015 Brock, mean Brock, right? How can mean Brock lose at WrestleMania after that promo? You basically
you
shut
know
the door
what
on
though?
everyone.
Well, the thing is, I can see him losing, and it just depends on the person. Like I can see Gunther beating him.
I think that Gunther and him are going to happen at SummerSlam. I
No,
think,
and I get that.
yeah. Okay,
I
I
get
think
that
Brock's
too.
exit is SummerSlam,
Right.
official exit.
And, uh, uh, but you definitely don't want to do Oba because it's too early.
Too early.
Um,
So I
yeah,
have a feeling it's going to be a squash match. He's going to come out at Mania with no opponent, and he's just going to beat the shit out of everyone because there's no one there for him. There isn't.
exactly.
There is no one there
And
for him.
what that again, it's that, oh, our card is up, break glass.
Well, I mean, shit, he can show up too, but I mean, at the end of the day, look, we're in a true transitional phase here. We truly are. The new talent is emerging, maybe not as fast as anyone wants it to be or should be, but it's happening. I saw it with Trick and Logan. Okay, the future's fine. I have no problem where we're going. We got Braun, we got Bronson. You know, Logan. They want to push him hard, and I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not the biggest Logan fan in the world, personally. Outside of the ring as well, like character, take the character away. I'm not a fan of Logan Paul. If I had to pick between the two brothers, I'd go with Jake.
Jesus.
Okay, no, Jake is again. This is because of the boxing side of my life. Okay, yeah, he's a doofus when it comes to himself, but the things that he's done for women's boxing and the things that he's done for talent is absolutely amazing. You can't dispute it, you can't refute it. Okay, the things that Jake Paul does for people, it is absolutely amazing. It truly is. I'm going to give you an example. Okay, he was supposed to fight Tank Davis. Remember? I don't know if you're. I know you're not a huge boxing guy, but that was the fight that was supposed to happen. You have a
Yeah, I
whole
remember.
undercard of fights as well, right?
Hmm.
Now, if Jake doesn't fight, it's not going to hurt him financially anyway. You know, maybe a
Yeah,
little dent, maybe a little dent in the buildup and whatnot, whatever it costs. But everyone else on that undercard loses out completely.
right.
Jake is still going to make money off the stuff that happened, but he's not going to make the big check. But everyone else on that undercard is not going to make a dime. There's nothing there. All these people have to pay for training camps, sparring partners, everything else. Like what goes into a boxing camp, a UFC camp, any kind of combat camp. People don't realize that these guys are paying out of pocket before they go into the ring,
Right.
right? For him to take on Anthony Joshua, which he knew he was going to lose, but he took that fight in order to ensure that that undercard had food on their table. That's what I'm talking about. These are the little details that people don't realize. The things we don't like about Jake Paul is because he's loud, he's boisterous, this, and this. But man, he's never hit a woman, he's never beat up a child, and he's never, done anything heinous. So the things that we hate on him for are things that you're supposed to be in that realm. Right? His brother, on the
Yeah.
other hand, is a complete asshole, as far as I'm concerned. But he's killing it in WWE, and I have to give him his flowers where they're due. He is one of the best guys I've seen sell in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Right? His selling
And you
is phenomenal.
and you talking about a person who don't can't stand him either. But I got to give him his like I I got to give him his flowers because he takes it serious. He is very respectful of the business. And
Absolutely.
how can you
No, I can't. And from
hate
that
on
perspective,
someone
I
who's
can't.
that?
Yeah, from that perspective, I can't, refute him in any way. He's doing great stuff and he's getting better and better. And I like the fact that we're seeing more of him. Like
Yes,
people say, oh, he should be an attraction. Well, if you want to build your name in this business, you got to show more. You can't be that guy who practices one match for 3 months, right? And that's was the knock on him in the beginning. He had 3 months to work on any of those matches that he had. But to see him
yeah.
in
Now
a
he's a full
real
timer.
right, but now he's more full time. He's getting those reps in. He looks better,
Yep.
right? His moves are better. Like he was always good. I had no problem with the guy, but he was good for a high spot. I'm more impressed to see what you do in chain wrestling.
Yep.
Everything between those high spots is what I'm impressed by. How you navigate the ring, how you sell, where you are, right? So he's doing great, phenomenal. So the look between Trick himself, the Brons, as long as they can stay healthy, the future's bright, bro. Gunther in there
Oh
as
yeah.
well, right?
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes in there as well. I mean, the future looks good. I have no problem where wrestling is going. I think all we're going to figure out now who's going to be the next Triple H and who's going to be the next John Cena, Roman Reigns. And I think this is what this WrestleMania is turning out to be. Is a nostalgia WrestleMania, right? You
I,
give
I,
right. This is this time next year. I don't think Punk will be in the company, and if he is, it's going to be a very minimal role.
they'd be training like AJ, helping the
Exactly.
young.
Something like that, right? So his time's limited. He's not announced it, but it's coming.
Oh yeah.
So this is his final farewell. And I'm okay with it. He's going to be gone after this. He's going to lose to Roman. Roman's going to be a part-time champion until they can figure out who that next guy is. And if it stays the course the way it's supposed to be, you're looking at Braun Breaker as the guy who's supposed to be that next face that runs the place.
Yep.
Right? Austin Theory, we can't forget about him. He's still in the mix.
Yep.
So the question remains when Vince returns, what's he going to do?
Definitely go push Austin.
Well, look, I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is, man. Barrett, this week on Raw, Roman's coming in tonight, so Roman will be there tonight. Let's hear what he has to say. I guess we're on the official build now, right? So let's see
Yep.
how to build these stories up. We have a month and a half to build stories. Okay, that ample time. And the stuff that's going on between Rhea and Jade right now online, they're doing their own work for themselves, right? Jade is
Yep.
coming out right now. If you haven't seen it, their exchanges, she's saying, "Oh, creative favors Rhea. Creative favors this, right? That's her take. So they're selling it now. So not everything happens in the ring in a promo. I guess we live in a day where we have to consume wrestling online too.
Oh
To
yeah,
know what's
definitely.
going on, right? Um,
Yep.
as I look at the card right now, the only match that I think needs something is going to be the Stephanie and Liv match, where I think Raquel is going to play a major role in that. By the end of WrestleMania, Judgment Day is going to be done. Judgment Day is going to be done, and everyone's going to go their own ways. And yeah, that's where I kind of see it right now. But again, everyone, listen, we got, as they say, 48 sleeps as of today to WrestleMania. Let's see how they build the show. We don't know, right? And I'm not going to pass judgment on it until we get that final card. And you know what? Some of the shittiest looking cards have been some of the best WrestleManias. WrestleMania 17, anybody?
Yeah.
Right? 17 was
Yep.
amazing, but
And
it didn't have any luster going into it. And this is what this WrestleMania looks like, Bear. This is what we're look like. And
we'll see how it plays out.
it all plays on, man. So we got that. We got the Cody match with Drew. And I hate to say it, man. While I was just scrolling here looking up the news stories, you're right. It looks like this is going to be like a six-way match, which is stupid, which is dumb. If anything, okay, if you want to do, no, it might be a fatal four-way because man, you can't put Sammy in there. No. Oh.
I,
The only way this is, I'll accept it as a fatal four-way. That's about it.
so if it's a fatal four way,
Yeah, Cody
that's
and Fatu.
uh,
That's it. And from there, something happens where they find out, like during the match, it was Randy who did all this. You know, that's
yeah.
that's the way it's going to play out because this whole Alistair program was supposed to be the basis of that heel change for Randy, right? The new Karrion Cross of SmackDown. They literally just same character, same everything, just a different dude doing it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, but hell, Carrion is doing this thing,
Hey, look,
world
what?
champion.
Sometimes you do better when you're not there,
Exactly.
right? And that's what we're seeing. So, Bear, if that's everything you got and that's everything I got, I think I'm gonna wrap this baby up because I think
Oh,
Mama
one
T.
quick thing.
Okay, Mama T, hold on.
Um, about my journey the
Oh, this weekend,
weekend.
yes, yes. Please tell me. You went to a couple of shows. How were they? One guy
Yes,
got his nose broken.
both of them were great. Again, it couple of things that I realized that people actually like me. It is amazing. It's amazing going out and go watch wrestling. People know me, uh, come up to me, talk to me, uh, get to talk to different wrestlers. Found out at two different shows. One, I took a picture with a gentleman named what was it, Sean? I apologize. I can't remember your name. I'm old. But we were taking a picture, and his wife was taking the picture,
Hmm.
and I gave her my phone, and I had a notification come through, and she's like, after we took the picture, she was like, "Oh my God, I knew you looked familiar. You're Professor Bear. Oh my God, you're all over my timeline." I'm like, "What? Stop it." She's like, "No, for real, for real." She's
No,
like,
you
"I
gotta love
love
it,
your
man.
stuff."
You gotta love
So
it. That's amazing.
that was big. And then the next show, I'm talking to the female wrestlers, and we were just talking, and one of the wrestlers told me, she said, "Yeah, everybody gets excited when they know you're in the crowd." I'm like, "No." She's like, "Yo," she's like, "Yeah, no, really. Every time when we find out you're here, our energy gets up, we get pumped up." And I got to thinking, good God Almighty, I am making a little difference.
You're
And
making a huge difference. Now, are you telling them all about Professor and the Samp, though?
I am telling them about everything. And
Okay.
you know what's the funny thing?
The most important thing is
Funny thing.
Professor and the Samp.
The funny thing is I don't have to tell them, they know.
Oh, nice.
That's the big thing for me. It's like, oh man, I follow your shows. You're great. I'm like, wow. And I have to sit there and just kind of, as Jericho used to say, soak it in, man.
Drink it in.
I have to soak it in because
You
I ain't
soak it in,
drinking.
he drinks it in. Listen, for anyone who wants to apply to the Professor Bear groupie group, please send your applications to P.O. Box Professor Bear 011225566. I don't know, Jenny's phone number, whatever it is. Send your
But
applications in.
the biggest thing I want to let everybody know is thank you. I
Absolutely.
appreciate everything y'all are doing for me, and just to know that I am making a difference.
You are, brother.
And it is real humbling and surreal. And again, if you see me out, feel free to come talk to me. I have no problem talking with anyone. So
That's awesome,
thank
man.
y'all
That's
for that.
awesome. And you know what? I'm jealous of all those people because I still have not sat beside you yet. And one day,
We're,
that's the
we're,
dream.
we're,
That's the goal.
we're working on something.
We're
We're working
working
on.
on something. We're working on something. But you know what? I got to be careful here because they announced it Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather for September as well.
What?
Yeah,
Where is it supposed to be?
Vegas
Oh wow.
at the Sphere. So,
Yeah. Hey, I will understand.
well, here's the deal. Floyd's coming out of retirement. Floyd's coming out of retirement. So this is going to be an actual fight, not an exhibition. So I don't know how it's playing out. I got a couple things in the irons, a couple irons in the fire, sorry, in terms of justifying that for me. I'm not going to go down if I don't have a justification. I'll be honest, right? I mean, Vegas
Right.
is already a ripoff the way it's set up right now. Like, dude,
Oh
right
man.
now I can take my Canadian currency and use it at par. That's how bad it is in Vegas.
Whew.
Like, they'll take my Canadian dollars at par. So I'll buy
Mm-mm-mm.
$1,000 worth of chips, and then I'll just exchange them back to Canadian dollars. So I'll win already, right? So Vegas is hurting, America's hurting. We're not a political show, but the world is burning right now,
Yes.
legitimately. And our wishes to all those people out there that are being affected by this in those regions. And just keep your heads up, man. Well, what else can I say? I live in a sheltered part of the world where nothing ever happens. You know what I mean? Like,
Knock on wood.
knock on wood, but the rest of the world has caught up. So these allies need to think twice because it's not a question anymore of just having an away game. These guys can actually play at home now. So
Yeah.
let's just pray for those affected by it, and I hope everyone's okay. And I know there's already been loss and casualties, so may their journeys be safe to the other side. And everyone else, just take our prayers and wishes. That's all we can offer you. Nothing else. It's not much, but it's from the heart.
Yep.
It truly is. That all being said, I'm Bobby Sampson. He is.
Professor Bear.
There he is, man. The professor, the master of the forest. Cocaine Bear ain't got shit on him. All right. Cocaine Bear came over, realized what he was walking into, said, fuck it, and he left. All right. So, Professor Bear, you got nothing to worry about. Cocaine Bear ain't got you on nothing. Shout out to Joe Monroe, wherever you're hiding, buddy. We love to see you one more day. I just threw that jab out there. I had to. And to everyone else, Mama T and the Marks, sting us out, Samp and Chance, or Samp and the Professor. We will see you next Monday.
They're Professor and the Samp, yes, Professor and the Samp. One's a historian, the other loves to chant. They talk about the fights, all the slams and lights. It's wrestling mayhem day and night. They're Professor and the Samp, yes, Professor and the Samp. Their takes are quite insane, the wrestling world's their game. They break it down.